everybody, it's Wednesday. First and foremost, I want to apologize for the lack of videos that the Scrivener and I have been putting out lately. The end of the semester was really crazy and the Scrivener graduated and we moved, so welcome to my new bedroom. After a couple weeks of some serious analytical videos, I decided I wanted to do something a little bit more fun, which is kind of ironic because I'm going to be talking about Alfred Hitchcock, not exactly known for fun. So here's some really fun and interesting facts about Alfred Hitchcock. Number one actually has to do with how Psycho changed the way that we watch movies. Before Psycho, people would just go and watch movies whenever they felt like it. They would come into the middle of the movie, they would watch to the end, and then the movie would replay along with one or two shorts or animated cartoons. So people would stay through the end of the movie and then watch the beginning again, and there weren't any discrepancies in the beginning or the end, so you could do that and it would make sense. Alfred Hitchcock kind of felt that you couldn't do that with Psycho because Marion Crane dies within the first half of the movie. He didn't want people to come in the middle and ask questions about who Marion Crane was because you wouldn't get the answer until you watched the beginning. So Alfred Hitchcock made a deal with theater managers and asked them to please not let anybody into the theater after the film has started. They kind of did a fun little thing where you would basically wait in line like you're waiting at Disneyland, and Alfred Hitchcock would play over some stereos outside the theater, and there would be a sign of Alfred Hitchcock asking people not to go into the theater before the movie started and not to be let into the theater after it started. And so that's kind of where we get this whole scheduled movie watching, where we show up 20 minutes to an hour before the movie starts, and we stay through the whole thing, and there is no chance of us missing anything. Number two fun fact is actually that Walt Disney refused to let Alfred Hitchcock use his studio for filming. You're probably asking, why would Alfred Hitchcock want to even use the Disney studios? He didn't make films for children, he made films for adults. I don't really have that answer. But I know that Walt Disney wouldn't let him use the studio because Alfred Hitchcock, quote-unquote, made that disgusting film Psycho. Number three fun fact is when Alfred Hitchcock was a young boy, his father sent him to the local police station with a note. The police at the station read the note, promptly locked the boy up, and told him this is what happens to people who do bad things. The police officer only locked him up for 10 minutes, but that was enough to scar Alfred Hitchcock for the rest of his life. In most of his movies, the law enforcement fails to do their job correctly. He also cites this phobia of policemen as the reason why he never learned to drive, because if you don't drive, there's no chance of you getting a ticket. For Psycho, Hitchcock deferred his $250,000 salary in lieu of 60% of the profits that the movie made. And this ended up being a really, really good decision on his part. His personal earnings from the film exceeded $15 million, and that's in 1960s money. Adjusted for inflation, that's roughly $150 million as of 2006. Finally, my favorite fact about Alfred Hitchcock is that he never won an Oscar in a competitive category. He was nominated for Best Director countless times, but he never won. Instead, in 1967, he was awarded the Irving Thalberg Memorial Award. In receiving this award, Hitchcock gave the shortest Oscar acceptance speech in history.
Thank you.
So these are some of my favorite Alfred Hitchcock facts. If you have any favorite Alfred Hitchcock facts, you can put them in the comments. I'll read them and enjoy them because I like movie facts. Make sure to subscribe, and the Scrivener and I will both see you next week.